Alistair, so many people still think of cryptocurrency as a scam, or they think of the industry as the Wild West, don't understand it at all. Has that changed a lot in 2021, do you think?
It's beginning to change. So if we think of the first decade or so of crypto, or just over a decade of cryptocurrencies, it was really about getting the most basic stuff right, which is I have a piece of digital money, or a coin, if you want to call it that, and then I exchange that with someone else, and that's on a shared ledger. So it's as though we went back to the earliest time of money, where people made it out of ivory or gold or whatever, and then they exchanged that coin to someone, and someone else gave them something back. Now, from first principles, we're starting to build, or crypto in general is starting to have all of the other layers built on top of it that the monetary system is based on. Things like lending, things like having contracts with people, smart contracts with people, certificates of ownership, which is essentially what an NFT is in many respects. These are all parts of the financial system which do not exist in the decentralized space, and are now being built from scratch, essentially, from first principles.
So has it matured enough to be taken seriously by institutional investors?
Well, some of them certainly are taking it seriously. We need to remember that as far as its surface area to the normal economy, it's still tiny, in the low tens or maybe hundreds of billions of dollars, which sounds like it is a lot of money, but the financial system around the world's worth many trillions or hundreds of trillions, depending on how you count the notional value. So it's still a rounding error. But there are, they have a listing on the NASDAQ of one of the coin exchanges, so a crypto exchange. That's a very serious thing, and that crypto exchange is worth many billions of dollars. You have people offering for the first time exchange traded funds, ETFs, which people can think about as like a unit trust. So you can invest in cryptocurrencies using normal fiat money, the money in your bank account. Just as you would in investing in equities in a company or investing in any of those sorts of things. Of course, it's a much higher risk kind of asset than those other things, as we know, because it tends to go up and down very rapidly. But yeah, the fact that this is now happening, and it will probably continue to happen, is that means that crypto as a whole, you can't really call a scam. There is a lot of scamming in crypto. But that's because people don't understand crypto at all. And so they get caught up in the idea, when someone offers them 1,000% return, they've heard that this is possible, so it doesn't ring any bells to them. If someone phoned you up and said, I'm in a new bank, and if you put your money in my bank account, all your money in your bank account with me, then I'll give you 500% return, people will be skeptical of that. But when it comes to magic, which is what they think of as crypto, then they can be scammed. And the greed is real. So.
Yeah, governments and regulators have had varied sort of reactions. So El Salvador making cryptocurrency legal tender, China clamping down on it. How do you see that trend continuing next year?
China is probably going to make it almost impossible to work with crypto inside China unless you're very tech savvy. They want their own digital currency, the same way that the Nigerians have made. I discussed that with you guys a few weeks ago. And I suspect that countries which can exert central control will want to exert central control, because decentralized money is, which is exactly what crypto is a threat in the long run if it succeeds the way the crypto guys think it will. It's a threat to the traditional money system, because it runs in parallel and it's got no controls. Now, you could see that as a very good thing, but governments tend not to think of that as a very good thing. They tend to think of that as a risk.
Well, Alistair, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it, for helping us catch up on crypto technology's massive year. Alistair Fairweather.